There's not going to be an intro, because this is not a gaming video. No, this is going to be my first rant vlog in a very, very long time. Because I'm going to post this to social media that I'm a part of, because I want to prove a point here. Like, there's probably going to be lots of swearing, racism, sexism, all that in this video, so if you don't like any of that, I suggest you click out now. And if you're intent on hearing the kind of annoyed speech I'm about to make, then please stay with. I know my hair is a mess, but that's... honestly, I didn't bother to find a comb just because it's going to help prove my point. Now, where do I start with all these problems? Okay, let's start with the biggest thing. The last woman I've had any interaction with for more than 5 minutes, or to get food, or bring money, or at some business transaction like that, was October of 2008. I think October 18th, to be specific. I was dating a girl that was a couple years younger than me. Her name was Anastasia Wagner, and she lived a state away in Pennsylvania, whereas I am from New York. Long-distance relationships have been surprisingly more helpful, whether it be a few towns away or an entire state or two away. Those have always been my main thing. As of this current moment, I am supposedly close to a woman from Florida. Now, I can't very well guarantee she's a woman because she doesn't make phone calls. She's too afraid to take a picture because of an incident that happened 6 or 7 years ago to her that in no way has anything to do with cameras, except for it being a tool in what happened. Now, I'm not going to go into details with it because I've already explained a lot as it is, but honestly, I'm sick of lying. I'm sick of being stabbed in the back. I'm sick of all of that, so I'm just gonna fucking be honest about everything. So, now let's get into things a little bit deeper after I answer this text from, I presume, my mother. No, that was Twitter. Whatever. We'll touch back on the mother thing in a moment. So since I've been single for that long, and that one woman is the only person I've had interaction to... Okay, correction, there is another, but according to good sources, the pictures I've been shown are not really her, so I'm not even gonna go into details about that, despite how close we supposedly are. But yeah. In all that time, I've been on and off looking for, a potential girlfriend, because I don't have charisma worth shit. I don't have confidence worth shit. I look like shit. But we're also going to touch back on that later on. Well, not as far later on, but soon. So for the past 2 years or so, I've been mainly a part of this site to spend my time, interact with people, and, well, do the only thing close to anything sexual I've been able to do in a very long time. Like I said, I haven't been near a woman for more than a business transaction, not including prostitution, obviously, because that's just... honestly, who the fuck gets a prostitute anymore? or even an escort. Well, lots of people probably rich businessmen, but so that occupies a lot of my time because at least 50 or 60% of the people on there, female-wise, not actual females because it's a role-playing site, so I've found only one I can confirm is a female in general, instead of having been lied to, possibly. Okay. Where else am I going with this? Alright. On there, though, even people are assholes. Not wanting to do things for this or that reason. Teasing and taunting me for this and that reason. Saying they're not teasing and taunting me. Since by this point in my life, my perspective on things has gotten very crossed. Because now I take being tempted by 3D women as seriously as if I had a real woman stripping right in front of me but saying I couldn't do anything. That's how bad it's gotten by this point. And now, let's move away from what involves that, since I could go way, way into detail about how I've made friends, lost friends, made those friends back, lost other friends, including some gender-fluid sissy, but they're fucking cunts, so I don't care about calling them a sissy on a video. Honestly, I doubt they'd ever see this, and if they do, yeah, how are you, Melody? You fucking twat. Anyway. Now we move to a more realistic aspect, aside from the maybe girls I've met on there and the friends I have made, as few they may be. So let's take a look more at me. You see my room? You see this? It's a fucking mess. But that's not for lack of wanting clean. That's a lack of there not really being anywhere for me to put shit. See that fan over there? I could have set that up and, like, set it in front of the dresser if there was room. All this miscellaneous shit around just doesn't have room. The only thing that really should be taking up space on my floor is those garbage bags over in the corner. Hey, not like I actually get a woman to see my room for that to matter, right? Now, this entire time, I've been able to show off that I'm not a very photogenic person. As with any time my webcam, that's why I stopped using webcams during my videos, that and not having a good video editing software so I can take this and put it in the corner or something. Sorry, I'm thinking of where I'm gonna move this next. Now, I can get how 95% of my town has called me ugly on the internet, and at least a couple have probably said it to my face throughout my life. I don't remember. It's just a thing that's kind of sunk in that a majority of women are probably going to say that to me, and that's where my mind's at now. But that's just from seeing pictures with me, just a regular... Okay, that's creepy. But you get what you can obviously see what I mean by I'm not photogenic. When I force a smile, it's just not attractive at all. if I actually ever had the kudos to talk to a woman in person, I have to be very close-lipped about it because, well, and here comes the actually unattractive part about me other than what I've been told. That's a fucking disaster, and my only choices are probably either going to be get everything taken out so I look like my friend who has no teeth because of the same reasons as me, honestly. This is having a very lazy childhood when it came to dental hygiene. But honestly, with all the fucking black people that women go out with, I doubt this is a huge issue. And that's where I'm getting onto next. Is why is it even the most unattractive fucking black person or Hispanic or, you know, anything like that, anything that walks with swag, or swagger as is the proper term anyway, can get whatever the fuck they want. You know, women, job, all that kind of thing. And yet, a majority of them are just the most trashy kinds of human beings. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't hate them all. I'm friends with... Okay, okay, that's about to be the most lame excuse for being racist on a public broadcast, but I do have friends that are African American, Puerto Rican, Mexican, etc., etc., etc. But nobody can look me in the eye and tell me the truth that they have never, ever caused a problem to us. Not us as in white people, us as in the world. Because you look at it and, you know, the gangster kind of black people, which are the bad ones, have infected all kinds of Hispanic races, even some Asian races, which technically Asians were already gangsters because they have the Yakuza and shit, but they turned into the more ghetto-y kind of gangsters. And yes, I do blame another part of if I had confidence that ruin something would be all my flamboyant hand movements, because honestly I've been around so much estrogen growing up, I just can't help but be a little bit feminine, that and other reasons, but not gonna get back into that or the kind of anime and stuff I watch from time to time. But yes. Why is it that, you know, a, a black guy in his early 30s with less teeth than I have, probably gold fillings, gold chain hanging off his neck, trousers down to his fucking ankles, can get, like, a 9 or 10 out of 10 woman with no issue at all with probably saying the bitch, hey, or, yeah, probably saying the phrase, come here, bitch, instead of, you know, a casual, simple greeting like, hey, can we get to know each other? Yeah? Maybe go do something? Because that's not how the world works anymore, is it? See, women say all the time, oh, why can't guys be nice? Why can't guys take us on dates anymore? Blah, 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 blah. And then they just go and suck the first 10-inch dick they can. Now, this isn't a thing with all women, no. No, at least not the being an immediate whore after complaining part. But it is true that a lot of women, like a lot of women, do complain about the simple stuff when it's right there in front of them. Like, I can ask the same chick who complains about wanting a nice guy that also has a kinky side a dozen times to go out, but the only problem? I don't have a six-pack. No, you won't. This is what I have. Now, I weigh 180 pounds, so this is either a medical thing or all the soda I drink. Either way, it's not like I'm a fat sack of shit who, as soon as I lay on you, you're gonna die. Which brings me to my other point. Why is it that until he turned gay, my best friend of years was able to get the hottest of the hot chicks, and he weighed 300 plus pounds his entire life? Now, again, I'm naming names here. Joe, if you see this, I'm sorry for complaining about you, but I really do not get it. Especially the incident several years back where I actually had to stand 10 feet away from you when you were plowing into a chick who said you sucked days afterwards. Now, why can't I be the lucky one to have been volunteered for such a thing? I'm not mad because I wasn't. I'm mad because I've never been in that lucky of a department. I had decent looking girls. You know, I was in relationships with decent looking girls in my younger years, 14 through 16. And then my luck just ran out, I guess. Like, I was your general pervert, you know, with my first few girlfriends. It didn't take me long to get to second base with my very first girlfriend, though apparently, according to my best friends, aside the one I mentioned, she was a slut anyway, so it's, I guess I'm only going to take that at face value, really. Which actually, let's move on to that other part. My other friends. These ones I'm not going to name names, but if they actually watch my content, they'll know who they are. And I love you guys. I do. But this is time to vent. My first friend, who was a friend I reconnected with after losing contact with for a few years, he always had moderate luck with women. Granted, a few of the ones he had when we were hanging out were really... I can't say this without being... They were hefty, ebony women. Like, and one of the two of them was a very sweet woman. Like, she still is. She's still with a friend of mine, that though that's an awkward thing I'm not going to go into since I'm not that close with them. And the other one joined the LGBTQ when she got a sex change. And as for the other one, he's always had luck with women. Always. Like, since he was, like, 13, or even 12, probably. He's always had luck with really good-looking chicks. The only problem was when he's stuck with one who did nothing but cause him pain aside from sex and weed. He said, yes, he loved her, but I wonder just how far along that actually went. Like, I know I've been in relationships where I stayed with someone even though they were awful to be with because I cared about them. I've told people I would stay with them even though they're bad people. Like the woman I mentioned, like, 10 minutes ago, who won't even admit she's a woman. But he eventually learned his mistake and broke it off with her completely. This was after like 2 or 3 different times she drove out like 2, 3 cities or towns from where she lived just to yell at him at 3 in the morning at a place we were hanging out at. Honestly, one of those times she did that, I want to just go over there and pop the bitch, but I was respecting a friend. Anything else to cover about others? Alright. Let's actually go back to another reason why I don't have confidence. Let's actually... Another reason I don't have confidence is because of the simple fact of I'm a 24-year-old man. But there are lots of girls out there who look like they're 18 and up, but they're like 16, 15. Even the ones at 17 aren't passable. I'm just gonna fucking move this because I keep looking up into the screen anyway. Yeah. Even the ones that are 17 aren't legal here in the United States. As for why... Honestly, in my opinion, I think if you're 16 and you look like you're an adult, you should be able to say what you do and don't want to do without worry of the guy, or in some cases, girl you're with, being arrested. Like, I don't think you should be... And where I was about to go with that is, I would go into bars to try and meet women, even though I don't drink, if it weren't for the fact that some underage girls get in with fake IDs. So even if I, was having a good time just talking to somebody, I could get one kiss and probably be arrested for it, because that'd be my luck. Because the bad kind of stuff is always what happens to me. I'm not even joking about that. I can be given something by somebody just to find out it's been stolen a minute later. I can get really, really good food and find a bug in it. Or drop it on the floor for some reason or the other. Or another dumb example of I can have a type of food I eat, in the case of I'm going right now, Chinese food, and a majority of the time it'll just be really shitty wherever I get it, except at a fucking casino buffet. That's right, a casino buffet had the best sesame chicken I've ever eaten in my life. Why? I guess the Asians actually do use cat and dog to cook their food, because, in my opinion, hot Chinese food smells like wet dog, or tastes like wet dog smells. I know that doesn't make sense, but have you guys ever heard I can taste how chlorine smells, or something like that? That's a bad example, but... Honestly, I feel like I should just make other rant videos about other stuff. Make this one about relationship videos, make the other one about something... Shit, I actually think I should start doing that. Like, I won't monetize them. I'll just use these as an introduction for other people to get into my channel and watch my non-ranty stuff. I won't plug myself at the end of this video other than this minor speech, but... Anyway. I do want to go back, say... It was either earlier this year or early last year. There's this really cute, beautiful even, girl who worked at a recycle plant that I went to at least twice a month. Used to, anyway. Don't really now, because time. I don't know. I asked for a number. Like, I had the confidence and a friend to back me up. Back me up as in not, you know, talk to her and try to steal her, but stay behind the door and make sure I don't just fucking leave. Because that would have been the kind of thing I would have been known for. I got her number. Texted her a couple times. She texted back a couple times. We thought we had plans to hang out. She ignored me for weeks and weeks, and then we got hit by a car. Like, it wasn't a violent accident. No, we were just parked, sitting at a four-way intersection, and here comes the racist again, stupid fucking nigger! I'm hard-R'ing it because he really was, because in this instance, like, I don't care if he was black, white, Asian, whatever, he would have been a nigger, because that is what a stupid person is. It was just coincidental that he was black. He rear-ended us just hard enough to create a dent in our car that actually looked like the front of his truck. I wasn't smart enough to take note of his license plate because he pulled up beside us and went, "Oh yeah, man, sorry about that. You want to pull over there and we can get this shit settled?" And then he fucking took off. He took off and left us and the people that we hit in front of us because of a little bit of a domino effect where when he hit us, we hit them. Not as hard, but point of the matter, that ended up costing us $400 or $500 because some stupid piece of shit couldn't deal with what he caused. Probably because he doesn't have insurance. Big fucking surprise there. But that just continues to prove that anything that can happen bad does. Like, honestly, it's because of the fact I want to die that I haven't yet. I could get T-boned while driving with my mother, and she would die. I'd be in the hospital. I'd want to die because I'd have nothing left. Because the rest of my family fucking sucks. But I would be forced to stay on life support until I could talk again. Because knowing me, that accident would probably make me a quadriplegic and a mute. Sorry, I delved off the relationship thing for a second. Yeah, kinda, because I was talking about getting a girl's number and then just everything that transpired after it, and... Is that the lighting, or do I actually have purple? Okay, that's the lighting. I have bags under my eyes or something. Yep. I think it's time just to go do a little bit of a transformation, as it were, just to try and ask a simple question. Anybody watching this video, preferably female, I'll take opinions of gay men too, honestly, and I can't pause, so it's gonna be an awkward few minutes where the room's just gonna be kinda empty, so you can fast forward and I'll tell you how long it took, or note it in the description. I don't know. Either way, you can skim ahead if anybody's actually made it this far to find out, but what is a better look? Like, my hair isn't cut or anything right now, but we go with the messy look. You know, beard, the neck beard. Well, it's not as bad of a neck beard as other people because it stops at the Adam's apple. Yeah, beard, mustache, all that jazz. Let me check this and I'll get right back. I'll be right back to where at least half of this is gone. If slippers don't touch me. Part 1, I return with a goatee. Yeah. Mustache, the beard. It's a good combo, right? No, I'm not doing this off and leaving this because I fucking look god awful with just a mustache. I've tried before. You know, the only thing I look relatively decent with is... I'm not sure if you'd call it a Hitler stash or whatever the fuck. But... Anyway. You know, opinions if this over the full hair look is better. Next I'll get rid of this. So... Part 2. Combed hair. No mustache. You know. Kind of the look I more often go for. is just having the beard, because I do look damn good with the beard, at least in my opinion. Then again, I still think I'm an ugly sack of shit no matter what, so thank you, Rochester women, for pointing that out. And now, I will go once more for part 3 of the completely shaven look, so. I'm also clumsy as fuck, but that would have happened if my room wasn't a mess. I lied. There was one more phase to show off. Another look that I enjoy wearing once in a while. This single strip of hair. So, yeah. So far, okay, I know there's a little bit of black there. I'm not sure if that's high definition hair showing through or what. But then again, when I'm doing my mustache, there's always still stubble left over because, well, between my razor sucking, not having a clean shave razor, I haven't used one of those in years. And, you know, that being one of the many things my father never really taught me to do properly. I'm not playing on a sympathy card, but my father was kind of a fat, lazy slob for the beginning and latter half of life. And by that I mean beginning half of my life and latter half of his, since he is gone now. But that's not really neither here nor there, nor really a bad thing. You know, I know Father's Day is in a couple of weeks, so I'm really not even gonna. Honestly, if I had the choice, I'd probably pull his ashes out of the trunk and take a dump in them. He was such a fucking prick. But we'll get to my. I'm not even gonna call them daddy issues because they're really not. He was just an asshole to everyone. Almost delved off topic once more. One more time and this will be gone. And there we go. Yeah, completely shave, mostly clean aside from HD enhanced stubble. Actually, I don't think that's what that is. That might just be the glare, like the purple on my eyes. Where the fuck is that light even coming from? Guessing outside. Didn't really think it'd be that much of a glare. Well, whatever. This is the completely clean shaven version of this turd. Yeah. Honestly, I think all in all, as well as the rant video, this is probably just reaching to try and get some sort of out of New York compliment. Yeah. I'm not even done bitching about women, by the way. Another part of bitching about the women, this is probably going to be the final point. Bots. The bots and 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 bots everywhere! You know, no matter where you are. Facebook, Meet Me, Plenty of Fish, Tinder, emails. Craigslist. Oh, well, emails Craigslist. I guess the email bots got the information from Craigslist, because, yes, I was one of those people that tried to use Craigslist to get a woman, but guess what? 90% of those people are fucking bots. You know, the people that are looking for a nice guy or, you know, in the personals, a big dick. All these people are fake. That has been confirmed. Because I think maybe once I got a message from a real person. Same with Tinder. Once or twice. But do you not want to happen? Okay. Do you? We're gonna ignore the bots that are on everything, the whole hi, how are you, handsome, blah, 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 want to see me naked, blah, 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 follow this link and put your credit card, blah, blah, blah. Because honestly, everybody probably gets those, so it's not like it's anything different. I probably get more of them than most because of how miserable I am, but it's neither here nor there. We're gonna get to what happens with the women I have maybe literally 5 seconds to talk to before they just start ghosting me. There have been a few times where I've been able to message somebody back more than just a simple hello. Yeah, actually, I'm going to show you a couple of examples. In one case, I was on Tinder. I got a message of somebody wanting to blow me. I will be explicit and say that. But because that's kind of one of those things you'd hear from a bot, I had to be skeptical and be like, well, if that's in actuality, why don't you give me your phone number? She did, and then I asked for a picture to validate that they're a real person, and they ghosted me. And now, that could be reason of it was a dude trying to catfish and rob me, which... you know... Fuck. Oh, god damn it, what phone? What did you do? Until you open Fate Go, you did that. That fucking number I don't even really use much. Open the contact. Okay. I'm even gonna... Yeah. There we go. See this not filtered number? Go ahead, text it, call it, see if it's real. If you live in New York, maybe you'll get lucky. Yeah. Or it'll turn out to be a dude and you'll get robbed. Either way, she was willing to blow me, one of the ugliest people in Rochester, so... if it's a real chick, you might get lucky. Yeah, who knows? And then there's this other case where... looky, a normal conversation... God fucking Christ. A normal conversation. Normal. Ghosted. That exact case has happened so many times. Actually, I wonder if I still have that one insult, the one most direct insult I've ever gotten from that one social media meet me. Like, I wanted to find this bitch and punch her right in her stupid mug. No, did I get rid of that picture for some reason, even though it reminded me how much I hate some people? Yes, I did. Yeah, I guess it's no matter. Either way, there was this one stupid cunt on Meet Me who I said a simple hello to. That was all I said. No, hey, nice tits. No, I'd like to plow you in the ass. None of that. Just hello. And I got back, leave me alone, you fat fucking pervert. And here's why I cap it off with just a complaint about my own gender now. Other men across the world, I don't care how big your dick is, how muscular you are, how much of a hot shit you think you are, if you're a pervert to a woman without it being a proper place to be immediately perverted, like a bar in some cases, some, not all, it's not open permission to hit on a drunk girl and try to get her in bed, because that is technically rape, and I hope whoever does that kind of thing dies. Unless it's you're both drunk and, well, then it's still technically rape, but technically it'd be a double-edged sword. But anyway, that's back off track. If a woman is drunk and you're sober, do not do anything. If a woman is hot and just hanging out, or in the case of social media, don't just hit on her and tell her she has a great body, because the only place that is appropriate, even online, is like a roleplay chat. Like a roleplay site, for instance, where at least then, even if you're using pictures of real people, you're not going to get instantly hit or possibly go to jail for hitting on an underage girl. Okay, which that's another that's another thing I'm going to complain about my gender. My cousin, he is 18 or 19. His love-hate girlfriend is 17. So I could report him to the cops. I'm not going to do that because he's family and I'm supposed to protect him or something. I don't know. I fucking hate him, so I kind of am tempted to send him to jail half the time because he's younger than me. He has a really hot girlfriend, underage or not. I'm gonna admit that. She is fucking hot. And, well, another mainly sexually frustrated point of 24-year-old virgin compared to someone who started having sex when he was 15, like his sister. But that's just a girl thing. You can start having sex whenever you want, and whatever guy you ask isn't really going to complain half the time. I love you women, but it's true. Most of you can just look at a guy and be like, pants off, and it'll happen. Like, that's not being sexist or anything, that's just the truth. If you're an attractive woman and you ask a dude to take his pants off, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna do it. Sorry, that was my own tad bit of perversion. Though I would never be one to openly smack a woman on her ass unless she was my girlfriend or something. Or friend with benefits who is okay with that kind of thing. But back to the main point about my gender, though. Stop hitting on every woman you see. You know, if she has nice cans, don't just don't just be out front with it. At least say something like, "Hey, nice shirt." So at least that's a cover-up. At least then you're not being openly perverted and you're complimenting her in a way she'll appreciate. Now, personally, that's the lowest thing I can say. On another note, it is because of things like openly grabbing or harassing a woman that has really rang in guys as a whole to being perverts and possibly rapists. And I'm just going, you know what, nope, not going further into that. Maybe another day, but not today. My point is, men have to be nice. Women have to be nice. Everyone just has to be a good person. Like, you could be a little bit shitty when people, deserve it. But you can't just... Okay, let's put it this way through everything I've talked about in the video. A woman cannot just look at me as I am and call me a pervert and a possible rapist. Just like, I can't look at, a 6'3" black guy with a six-pack and say him and his buddies could gang rape a woman. Because that's a narrow-minded view. Like, yes, it has happened in both circumstances, but doesn't mean it happens all the time. Which caps off my point of women need to stop being shitty, men need to stop being shitty, every race needs to stop being shitty in their own respectful ways. Yes, some things that some races do, other races do as well. Though, the one thing I will hit against my own race, you don't see very many school shootings involving something other than a white kid. Maybe, like, a couple of them have been, but percentage... Sorry. My entire point is, women need to stop, thinking that men are one thing when they're just trying to be nice guys, and then setting their sights on the guys that are more than likely to be those type of guys. Because let's face it, the attractive types of guys are more often the perverts, rapists, assholes, women beaters, all that kind of thing is a majority of the time the attractive kind of guy. Meanwhile, me, the only time I hit a woman is if she's my girlfriend and I'm smacking her on the ass. Like, I have never once physically hit a woman. I have playfully hit my mother and didn't know my own strength a couple times. I will admit that, but I've never actually just, BAM! Struck somebody. Like, okay, woman-wise. I did hit the best friend I mentioned earlier. The one that weighed over 300 pounds his entire life. I struck him in the face one time, but that was when we were like 9 and 8 respectively, because he threatened to steal something of mine. And then he went crying home like a little bitch. But, yeah. If anybody actually made it this far, over an hour into this video, I applaud you. If you made it this far, go ahead. Comment below about your opinions about everything I've said. And if you have anything to say about any of the facial hair thing that happened during this video, I'm always looking for something to help build confidence. This video has not been about that, however, this video has been more about ranting about how shitty, you know, my relationship life has been. Not for a pity angle, more to prove points. I'm gonna top it off here before I continue to bore you any longer. I think I'll start making more of these rant videos, however, because I can come up with topic after topic after topic after topic to rant about. And I think it'll honestly be something good I can put my effort into aside, you know, gaming. Hell, I might be able to put more effort into these than my... I sat here and talked to you guys for an hour. Okay, well, maybe closer to 45 minutes, because I did step away a few times to do this, but... Anyway, I'm gonna cap this off. I think next time, maybe we'll cover, you know, more racial stuff, or parents and their children, or something like that. I don't know. We'll find out. But, yeah. It's been Ian. Signing out. Peace.